Greetings, race fans and motorsports enthusiasts around the world. My name is Andrew Kim, and this is Retro Motor Vibes, where I highlight anniversary stories and break down motorsports events near and far. For today's audio episode, here is a full breakdown of the 2026 Food City 500 at Bristol Motor Speedway, a 0.533 mile short track in Bristol, Tennessee that was won by Ty Gibbs on Sunday, April 12th. Without further ado, let's break the event down. The event's starting lineup was determined through a single-car, single-round qualifying session that occurred on Saturday, April 11th. During the session, each of the 37 competitors entered to compete in the event cycled around Bristol twice to post the fastest lap amongst one another, and the competitor who posted the fastest lap during their two-lap session was awarded the pole position. Following the qualifying session, Ryan Blaney secured his first pole position of the 2026 season and the 13th of his career. Blaney achieved the pole at 127.064 miles per hour in 15.101 seconds. Joining Blaney on the front row was Tyler Reddick, the latter of whom posted his fastest qualifying lap at 126.871 miles per hour in 15.124 seconds. Prior to the event, William Byron was the only competitor who was forced to start at the rear of the field due to unimproved adjustments that were made to his entry. The event's first stage period spanned through the event's first 125 laps and generated 4 lead changes as a total of 3 competitors led at least a lap. In this first stage period, there was only a single occurrence of a caution, which spanned from lap 63 to 70. The reason for the caution was for Brad Keselowski spinning in turn 4 after he got hit by Ricky Stenhouse Jr. The competitor who led the most laps throughout this stage was Kyle Larson at 75. And Larson proceeded to claim the first stage victory. The event's second stage period spanned 115 laps from lap 136 to 250. Throughout this entire stage, there were no lead changes as Larson extended his early dominance by leading all of the stage's laps and cruising to the second stage victory. For this stage period, there were 2 occurrences of cautions. From laps 145 to 151, Christopher Bell, an early frontrunner who was penalized and sent to the tail end of the field for speeding on pit road during the first stage's break period, spun in turn 2 after he hit the front stretch's wall seconds earlier. Then from laps 161 to 168, a multi-car wreck erupted that involved Shane Van Gisbergen first getting sideways in turn 4 and collecting Jean-Hunter Nemechek and Todd Gilliland. Another competitor who was involved was Alex Bowman, who returned following a 4-race absence due to a vertigo diagnosis. The event's third and final stage period spanned 246 laps from lap 260 to 505 as the event went beyond its 500 lap scheduled distance. During the stage period, there were 4 lead changes for 3 different leaders, and 4 occurrences of cautions as listed in the slide above. The most notable caution started on lap 313 when Riley Herbst turned Kyle Busch and sent him for a spin due to front stretch. Then with 4 laps remaining, Busch appeared to return the favor to Herbst by spinning Herbst out through the front stretch and entering turn 1. In this stage period, Ryan Blaney, who endured a pair of slow pit services and had to carve his way back up to the front, managed to lead the most laps in this stage at 143. In the end, Ty Gibbs, a former Cup Series Rookie of the Year recipient and grandson to Joe Gibbs, owner of Joe Gibbs Racing, achieved his first Cup Series career victory in his 131st Series start. Gibbs' road to victory occurred during a late caution period with less than 25 laps remaining. Initially poised for a runner-up result, Gibbs was one of 5 competitors who opted to remain on the track with worn tires, while the frontrunners that included Blaney and Larson pitted. And during the next restart with 15 laps remaining, Gibbs appeared to have the strategic call remaining on the track with worn tires pay off as he fended off Blaney, Larson, and Tyler Reddick as the laps dwindled down, but only for the caution then to fly with 4 laps remaining due to the second Busch and Herbst run-in. And despite the event restarting in overtime for 2 laps, Gibbs had enough to fend off both Blaney and Larson to emerge triumphant for the first time in a Cup Series event. With the victory, Ty Gibbs became the 207th competitor to win in the Cup Series division. He became the 8th competitor to record a first Cup victory driving for his grandfather's team, Joe Gibbs Racing, and the sixth to do so at the iconic Bristol Motor Speedway track. Gibbs also recorded the second victory of the 2026 season for Joe Gibbs Racing and the sixth for Toyota. Overall, the 2026 Food City 500 at Bristol Motor Speedway featured 12 lead changes for 4 different leaders and 9 cautions for 72 laps. Here are the full race results of the 2026 Food City 500, where 16 of 37 starters finished on the lead lap. Next, here is the point standings following the 8th event of the 2026 NASCAR Cup Series season, where Tyler Reddick, who finished in 4th place at Bristol, retained the points lead by 62 points over Ryan Blaney and 86 over Denny Hamlin, while Ty Gibbs jumped up to 4th place and he trails the points lead by 105 points. Ty Gibbs' Cup victory on Sunday capped off a triple-header weekend of racing at Bristol Motor Speedway. On Friday, Christopher Bell won the Craftsman Truck Series event at Bristol as he returned to victory lane in the series for the first time in 8 years. Then on Saturday, Cup Series rookie candidate Connor Zilisch fended off Kyle Larson and rookie Brent Cruz to score his first O'Reilly Auto Parts Series victory amid a part-time campaign with Junior Motorsports. Looking ahead, the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series will next return to action at Texas Motor Speedway in Fort Worth, Texas for the SpeedwayCash.com 250 on May 1st. Meanwhile, the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series returns to action next Saturday, April 18th at Kansas Speedway for the Kansas Lottery 300 in Kansas City, Kansas. The event's broadcast time commences at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the CW Network, MRN Radio, and SiriusXM. The Cup Series also races at Kansas Speedway next Sunday, April 19th, for the Advent Health 400, with a starting broadcast time at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Fox, MRN, SiriusXM, and HBO Max. That's all for this episode. Have a great rest of your day, and see you on the next episode of Retro Motor Vibes.